Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I have this baby camera monitor for your car, SUV, truck, whatever you have. So let's open up, take a look, and see what we have. And I think it's going to be really easy to mount, so I'm kind of excited about that process. I don't know about you, but I've had those mirrors and stuff to try to get the little guy, little girl, in frame when they're sitting in a car seat, especially when the car seats turn around. Sometimes it's a little difficult with the mirrors. The camera is going to be a much better way. You can get a good angle on that, and then you have this camera view that goes right onto your cell phone. So while you have that charging up in the front, you also can have a view of the camera, so it makes things a lot easier. So let's go through everything that we have in here. So right off the bat, this is the camera, and I got everything kind of tangled in here. So that's the camera, that's the cable. At the end of the cable, you have a on-off switch that has a little LED light so we can see, if the camera's on, if it's off. You have two cables. One is to plug into your phone, so it has I guess this is the lightning connection for your Apple phone, and it also has a USB-C adapter, so basically you are plugging that in, and then that will plug into your USB-C port on your Android type phone. So since I'll be installing this on my wife's phone, she has an Android phone that's going to be the C port, so we're going to plug that in. And then it has a standard USB port that you need to plug into a USB adapter, one of those power adapters in your car. Some SUVs and cars have an extra USB port that you can use, so you're going to plug that in. So this is going to connect it to your cell phone. This is going to connect it to your vehicle. Okay, so you got a bunch of zip ties. You have a bunch of little cable runners that have these little 3M little foam pieces that you can attach and run it across your car, across the carpet, across the center console to the back seat. I'm going to show you a couple ideas I have on how I'm going to route it. It does seem like it has a generous amount of cord, and then you can kind of go from there. It also has these elastic Velcro pieces, which will come in handy, and it's not marked which way the camera is up, so that's going to be interesting. I guess once we hook it up to the app, we'll be able to see which way is up, which way is down, but you can mount it either way. And it does have a adjustable piece right here, so you can basically articulate that camera into whatever position you need, and then you can tighten it down, kind of like if you have a windshield mount or something like that. So that's that. Which reminds me, you're not limited to just mounting it on a seat. I mean, you can mount it way back and get a whole back view of your vehicle. You could even mount this on the back of your headrest, so you can, if your little ones are not facing a seat but they're big enough that the seats turn around, you can have it facing this camera on the back of your seat or the passenger seat. But there's a variety of different ways you can actually mount this, and you have two straps, so you can mount this on the head strap, both ways. So across that headrest, across this way, and then across this way. It'll make more sense when I'm in a vehicle doing a mounting. But anyway, that's it. Let's go out to the vehicle and get this up and running. Stay tuned. Okay, so to mount this, you have four possible positions of the straps. So since they're Velcro, you can slide them through. I'm going to slide this one in on this side, like that, and then we're going to have one that goes over the top, as such. And I'm still not sure on the orientation, but we'll figure that out as we hook it. So you're looking at having the straps like this, and then we're going to mount this one going over the top of the headrest first. Okay, and then this one will go around the back of the headrest. And they are elastic, so they will definitely stretch for you depending on the size of your vehicle's headrest. Okay, so that's kind of like that. And again, not sure of the orientation, but what we're going to do is we're going to bring this wire around the back of the chair, or the seat rather. Then you have a bunch of options in most vehicles. So you have kind of like this rubber strip here that you can mount it through. In this case, we are going to go down behind the chair and run that down, and then we'll come on this side and I'll show you what I'm doing. So you do have these mounting clips and stuff. You can use them in a pinch, but what I like to do is I like to kind of like mount it down, and then you kind of have these plastic pieces underneath that you can kind of, on most vehicles, and you can kind of like mount the trim underneath. So this way it comes down, kind of mount it underneath that. Excuse the crumbs, this is a very busy family-oriented vehicle. And then you just can kind of like push that down and around. And then I'm going to work my way up towards the front of the vehicle, underneath the driver's seat, up through the console, and then I'll kind of like show you on the front there. Okay, so I ran it basically underneath the chair. Make sure, I keep saying chair, but seat. So I ran it underneath the seat. And just make sure that you, if you have a power seat or manual adjustment, that you make sure you don't have it in the track. But we have our wires up here. So first one I'm going to do is mount this wire into the power jack, and that's the USB side. We're going to mount that in there. We're going to start the vehicle so we have power, and then we had installed the app already. So the cool thing about this app is when you plug the power jack in to the phone, it automatically starts, and I just by happenstance, like just happened to get the right orientation for that. So you can see that is our little guy's seat. And then I'll do some fine tune adjusting on that, but that's it, really simple. So let me go get our little one, put him in there, and then I'll show you exactly what the view looks like with a live little person in there. So stay tuned. Okay, so if you look at the orientation on here, you have kind of like that little dot underneath. You can kind of see that. And I'm not sure if this little protective strip is going to be on there, but the red happens to be pointing up. Let me just peel that off. But again, it's going to be that little lens thing underneath, and that is going to be your orientation. And from the side view, so the wire goes down. All right, so that is what the view is going to look like. And that is Aiden enjoying his back seat. So yeah. Anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal, thanks for watching, and be safe out there. Aiden, say bye.